Hi, welcome to BUS441 Winter 2018 Business Strategy. I am Professor Nugent, your instructor for the course, and I'm recording this video as a getting started video for the class to help you better understand what you need to do and how to get started and how to do well in this course. So the first thing we're going to go over the whole menu path in order. So the first part is announcements. So here under announcements is where I help you to be organized. So the first announcement, of course, is the video syllabus, and I suggest also subscribing to the YouTube playlist so you'll get all the videos for this course in one easy area. And YouTube is great because you can play it on your phone or your computer or your Xbox or PlayStation or wherever you like that supports YouTube. Okay, the textbook. The next announcement is about the textbook. So the textbook, you can purchase the textbook with the instant access homework Pearson Manager, my management lab, together for $101. So I put the web link, which will bring you to the page where you can get the digital edition of the textbook. It's ebook with the homework manager together for this course, and that's probably the easiest and quickest way to get the textbook and homework manager to complete the course. You can also buy a hard copy and then get the homework manager a la carte. So if you want to buy the hard copy for $300 and get it shipped to you, and then buy the homework manager for $70, you can do that separately if you want. I'm just saying that this is probably one of the better deals is buying it together. And then once you have the homework manager, you'll need an instructor's code. So this is the instructor's code for the homework manager to sign up for the homework manager, and the login information here. Okay, because we're going to be using the homework manager and the textbook extensively throughout the course. The next announcement is about due dates. So the due dates for the for this course are listed here, and I set all of the homework manager homeworks to be due on January 5th for the first week, and that's a Friday. And that's the homeworks and the quizzes. So each chapter you'll have a quiz to complete at the end of each chapter. And on Thursdays, the discussion boards will be due on Thursdays, and then Fridays, all the homework manager will be due. And for the second week, same thing. Discussion boards will be due Thursday, homework manager quizzes and homeworks will be due Friday. And for the last week, homework manager will be due Friday again for all the quizzes and homeworks, and the Blackboard discussion boards will be due on Thursday. Okay, and next up is the class schedule. So I organized the class into 3 weeks for the winter, and we're going to be covering 3 chapters per week. So chapters 1 through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 chapters per week, and in each week we'll be doing I will expect you to read the chapters and watch the chapter lectures, participate in the discussion boards for the case for the week, and complete the homeworks and quizzes on the My Pearson homework manager. No late assignments will be accepted during the semester for any of the homeworks or the quizzes. And each week I'll send you a little reminder email of what you should be working on and the videos you should be watching for each week. To kind of sort of start your Monday, I'll send out a video. This is week 1. Please watch these videos. Please work on these homeworks, just to kind of keep you on point so you don't miss anything for the course. Okay, so those are the announcements, and you should read those over more thoroughly when you can. So now I'm going to switch to the syllabus. So the second menu path is the syllabus. Now the syllabus here, this is an asynchronous class. So you work on things, you organize your time. We're not going to meet together online or anything like that. Everything is going to be through recorded video lectures. And so this gives you, the syllabus will talk about the class description, the learning goals for the class. Again, the textbook, this is posted under announcements, and the homework manager just reposted it here in the syllabus. And the chapter homework is worth 300 points. The chapter quizzes are 450 points. The classroom case discussions are 250 points for a total of 1,000 points. So if you take your 1,000 points and you divide it by 10, you can get the scale for the letter grade at the end of the course. So there will be 9 quizzes, 1 quiz per chapter. Each quiz is 50 points. That's how we get the 450 points. It'll be based on the material from the textbook and the lecture. Excuse me. Now, participation is based on you participating in the Blackboard discussion boards. So I will post these discussion boards each week, and we're going to go over this in a minute when I go to that menu path. Okay. Now, the class schedule, again, this is, again, from the announcements, the 3 weeks, the class schedules, and the chapters we're going over. So the syllabus is pretty straightforward. Give it a chance, read it over in its entirety when you can. Let's move on to documents. So in my documents folder, I have the PowerPoints that go along with the lecture. So these are the PowerPoints that go along with the lectures that we'll be studying for the class. And I have the video lectures here, which is a link to, this is the video syllabus you're watching now. And this is the link to the YouTube playlist for all the lectures in the course. Okay, so those are our documents. And the assignments. Excuse me, it's a winter class, and of course I have a cold. So if I'm coughing or clearing my throat excessively, that's why. I apologize. Okay, discussion board. So under assignments, we have two areas: discussion board participation and homework manager. So the discussion board is 250 points. This is where we're going to be doing the discussion boards in a minute. I've set up 5 discussion boards for you to work on. Each is 50 points. And they're due, one's due the first week, and then we have 2 discussion boards for weeks 2 and 3. And I expect every student to post an original response to my questions and at least 2 replies to other students. Each post should be anywhere from 250 to 450 words, and you earn points for participation and the quality of your answers and replies. And in part 2, our assignments is the homework manager. So let's pop over to the homework manager before we go to the discussion board. So for the homework manager, and again, when you go to a homework manager, you have to register as a student first. And if you already have the combo e-textbook and homework manager access code, you can sign up with that, depending on how you procure the textbook, if you get a physical copy or e-book. But it's all going to lead to the same place. It's going to lead to this homework manager where you have your home page. But when you go to assignments, you'll see here you'll have, you can click on just assignments. You can do just homeworks and only homeworks appear, or just take a quiz and all the quizzes will only appear. You'll separate it like that. But we do have 9 quizzes, and when you do a quiz, you click on the quiz, and they're basically little tests. They're tests, 1 test per chapter, and each test has 25 questions that you click in, and so you have 25 questions that you just click, the answer, you read the question, click the answer, and then when you're done, when you've completed all 25 questions, you can click on submit the quiz, and the quiz will then be submitted to me, and that's how so the quizzes are pretty straightforward, and they come from the reading in the textbook and from the some of the other assignments in the class, like the homework assignments. Okay, so that is the quizzes, and it's pretty straightforward, typical quizzes. 1 quiz per chapter, they're worth 50 points each. And when you do the homeworks, I have a getting started with my finance lab, which is a gradable homework, which gives you an idea, gives you more of a background on how to do the my finance lab. And then there's usually a chapter warm up, and then the different chapter problems. So when you click on, say for this first, this is a video problem. You click on this, and they'll have a video assignment to it. So you go question 1. And here is where the video is. So you have to click here to watch the video first. And then the video will play, and it's usually some sort of a scenario. And then you will answer a series of questions about the video. And if you don't read a textbook first, sometimes you're not going to really understand what these questions are, because the questions are tied to the textbook and tied to the video. So the little cases there. Okay. So there will be 5 cases for this particular video on this homework. So not all homeworks are video based. Some homeworks are a little simulation, and a couple of mini sims. So the homeworks, there's a variety of homeworks for each of the chapters that will help you get a better understanding of the chapter material. And this warm up is more of a traditional multiple choice, similar to the quizzes. But here you can actually check your answer. So if you get the incorrect answer, it will tell you the correct answer, and then you can move on to the next question, and then so forth. Okay. So that's the homework manager. And again, if you click on assignments, everything is chronologically listed between the chapters and the quizzes here. So you want to just keep track of that. On the left side, we have the due dates, and I primarily made everything due on the end of the week Friday. So the 5th, the 12th, and 19th, I put all the due dates for everything on those 3 Fridays. I don't suggest you do everything on Friday, but you should pace yourself during the week and set your time up as best you can on when you do the homeworks during the week. But by the end of the day, Friday, everything will be due, and if you don't complete everything, that's it. You would just lose your score on what you can't complete, because I don't accept any late assignments. All right, so let's go back. So that's the homework manager. So lastly, let's talk about the discussion board. So when you come into the discussions, click discussions here, and like I said, so the first week I've set up just one case, Disney versus Netflix, and then the due dates are down here, January. You work on it from January 2nd to the 4th, and then week 2 I have 2 set up, Amazon and iPhone X, and those are from the 8th to the 11th. So there's a particular time frame in which you work. And when you first start the case, I put this little note here, click here. This is where these are the questions you're going to answer. So you want to pull down, first you want to pull down the PDF. You pull that down, and this is going to be a background of what the questions are based on. So this is going to be a strategic management topical case. So I update these every semester. I update these for more timely, cutting edge. And this is about Disney's plan to buy Fox, which is just happening now. And it talks about Disney and Netflix and why they're buying Fox, and some information here. So you read the case study, then you come back, you look at the case questions, and then when you're ready to answer the case questions, maybe you kind of you can highlight them like this. Click on the link here, and then you want to subscribe to the thread, so that way you can see if anybody is contacting you about your post. It may ask questions about your post, but before you can read other students' posts, you have to create your thread. So actually, this is some old data. Let me delete that. Last year the case was on LinkedIn and lynda.com, but check the box here. Delete. Okay. Now, so this is what you'll see. You won't really be able to read any other students' threads until you create and post your own thread. And this prevents you from reading other students' threads and reusing their answers. Okay, so here again I put the PDF and the questions again. So when you're going to answer the thread, put in your name. So it could be maybe Mike Smith is your name, and then you put in you can just cut and paste the questions here in this text box. And if you see over here, you can pull this down to open this up a little bit to get a little bit more room to write in. Just a little draggy thing here. And then you can kind of underneath each question, you can produce your answer in here. And I'm just typing. So you can produce your answer all 9 questions. And then when you're done, when you're done, I'm going to move this page up a little bit. You hit submit, and then your link will be here. Your thread is your name, and your link will be here. And then, so as other students, then once you post your thread, you'll be able to see the threads of other students, and you can click into other students' threads. And at the bottom, you can hit reply, and you can ask them a question. What about Hulu? How does that factor in? Something like this, some kind of question. Or you can, you can ask them a question or give them like your response. This was very well written, or follow-up question, and it should be. Remember, you have a certain word count for each of these. The original posts and the responses can't just be 2 sentences like this. It should be, at least 200, 300 words. And you just hit submit to post that reply. Okay, I'm just going to delete this, clean this up. Okay, go back to the discussions. So yeah, so each week, for the first week, I'm only giving you one discussion, but because it's like a double discussion because there's 9 questions. And then for week 2, there's 2. There's Amazon and iPhone. They're both 4 questions. and week 3 is AT&T and KFC in China, and they're of different sizes as well. Now they also have this classroom questions in the discussion board. So if you click in here, you can create a thread, and you can say, when can I start working on the class? Maybe that's your question. So you post your question in the thread, and then submit. So I will, I'm going to subscribe to this forum. So I'm subscribed, and if I see your question, I'm going to hit reply as soon as you like. So that would be my reply. So that way, if you have questions about the class that can help everybody, you can post them here in the discussion boards, and then we can all see them and work together on these questions. Okay, so that is the class. So for a quick overview, each week you're going to be working on these discussion board questions where you're going to post the response, and then you're going to post responses to other students' questions and replies to them. And you are going to complete the work in the homework manager, the assignments in the homework manager, and the quizzes. And you're going to follow the course mapping each week to make sure you know what assignments you'll be working on each week and complete them on time. And you will do very well in this course, and it'll be, hopefully you'll find it a very interesting course to work with and enjoy. Reading material and watching my lectures on the course, and I hope you do well, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.